Hi guys, it's me, Lori the Frugal Mom. I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. It's Christmas evening. It is a little bit before midnight on the day after Christmas. Sorry, my hair's been doing some funny things. It's been so dry here, so my hair is very staticky. So, normally, I try to be very upbeat, but it's been a rough couple of days. Some of you may remember, if you've watched some of my older videos, that I suffer from complex post-traumatic stress disorder. What that means is that I've had so many different traumas in my life that they've all kind of piled and piggybacked on top of each other. I have different triggers which cause me to have these post-traumatic events, which is sort of like an acid trip, I'm told. You sort of go to the repressed memory in your mind, and it's like you're there again and you're living through that again, and it's hard to deal with. And over the past couple of days, I've just been dealing with quite a lot of that. Unfortunately, my older sister, she is a very moody, negative person. Part of that isn't her fault. She's depressed. I am taking her to the doctor in January. She is taking medication. I think it needs to be adjusted or switched. She never quite got over the passing of our mother, or the passing of quite a few older family members. And while I understand that it's sad, some of them have been gone for quite a while, and you only get to have one life, and particularly our mother would want her to live hers and be happy with her niece and her nephew. I know that life isn't perfect. I know that my son's behavior could use some improvement at times, but he's been really trying pretty hard. And I know that she doesn't always feel perfect. And things are just not perfect because that's just not how life is. I know everyone is different, and I try to balance out life's imperfections with its blessings because it's the only thing that you can do. I know that everybody's not capable of that, but she's been leaving a lot of things for me to do around the house, and I'm very overwhelmed. I dealt with a major renovation in my son's room and the cleanup of that by myself, and unfortunately I just don't have a lot of energy, and it's hard for me because of all my various health issues. I won't go through and list them again, but some of them, they just cause lack of energy, and then some of them cause body aches and migraines and stomach upset and all kinds of stuff. So it's just hard sometimes, and I have always tried to do my best as far as chores went. I like to keep a very clean house, especially around the holidays. I like to keep a house that's clean enough so that my kids can have friends over. Oh, excuse me, my nose is itchy. And unfortunately, over the summer that's hard for me because it's just too hot in here. So for the following summer, for the next summer rather, that's coming up, I need to figure out a way to make it much, much, much cooler in here. Maybe I'm gonna have to get a new air conditioning unit for my son's room, a more powerful one for the living room. I have to do something because we just can't keep going on like this. The summer just makes everything worse for me. Migraines, my skin conditions, upset stomach, nausea from the migraines, rashes. It's horrible. It really is for me. Hot flashes. The only thing that doesn't get any worse, or the aches and pains from the fibro and the arthritis. So, having said that, I had something expensive destroyed in my house last night. I was verbally abused by several family members, and one of my exes. I'm not going to go into details. I don't want to offend anyone. I don't know why I should really care at this point. And it was really just all very needless. I got to the point yesterday where I was just so tired that I decided I wasn't going to cook Christmas Eve dinner. I had tried to make it as easy for myself as I could, but I just got to that point where I had to say, we're just going to go out to dinner. It's not what I would normally do. I have not been out to dinner on Christmas Eve since I was pregnant with my daughter 18 years ago. I can't believe it's that long already. Not something I like to do. But unfortunately, that's what ended up happening. I had to spend money that I didn't really want to spend. I know some of you are going to say that, well, why can't people help you? Well, my boyfriend, he wasn't getting here till late. He worked yesterday, and my sister, she's one of the people I was having conflict with. And my son is just 15, and he did try to help as much as possible. But, I would have to still do the bulk of it. I was just so tired, and I probably could have gotten it done had I skipped a very special yearly visit with a very good friend of mine that I've known for 37 years and his mother. It's our annual tradition for a number of years now that we meet on Christmas Eve. We exchange cookies and presents and spend some time together, and it's really lovely, and I didn't want to miss out on that. And why should I really have to? So, it's just been hard, you guys. I had a pretty major anxiety attack last night, and then one this morning. It was hard. I was in tears for over an hour this morning, and for quite a while last night. I really don't deserve to be treated this way. And unfortunately, I am. I try to take care of everybody and make sure everybody has what they need. And unfortunately, sometimes it's just not really appreciated. I'm told that I overdo things and that I'm nuts. And if that's somebody's opinion of me when they're not putting forth even a tenth of the effort that I do, then I guess that's fine. I love the holidays. I love my family. And I just want to make everything nice for everybody, because with the way that I grew up, my mom, she had a lot of issues, and I won't get into them right now. One of them is she was an alcoholic, and holidays were not always consistent for me, so a lot of the times the holidays were very depressing. As a child, I didn't always experience what my friends and family did, and that's not in the way of material items. It's in the way of, family gatherings. Sometimes she would get just so overwhelmed that she wouldn't put up our Christmas tree, and she always did an artificial one, so it would be in the box with the ornament boxes next to it in the living room on Christmas. And she wouldn't have gone shopping or anything because she had a lot of her own mental issues, and she just couldn't cope. And that's a shame, but unfortunately that's just how it was. There was really no sense of normalcy growing up. All I ever really wanted is to be part of a big family, and I understand that, not every situation is perfect, but now that I do have a family of my own, I wanted to give to them what I didn't always have. 9 times out of 10, I didn't have. And that being said, I know my mother did the best that she could. We all have shortcomings, and I know that she had quite a few mental illnesses, like I said. But some of these things and the attitudes that were hurled at me yesterday, they just weren't right, and they just weren't fair, and they brought me right back to some of those traumatic instances in my own childhood. So, and I'm not trying to be a big whiny baby. It's just, and I won't go into some of the things that I was called and the names and all the rest of it, but the verbal abuse, it's really rough sometimes, and I'm really I'm very spiritually spent right now, and I'm mentally and physically exhausted, so I'm just going to be taking a couple of days to try my best to take care of myself, because I've been doing so much because other people are not really pulling their weight, and they're not even taking care of themselves, that I worry about too. That I'm not taking care of some things for myself that I need to. Because if I have the choice between the energy to do something I need to do for our house or our family, I've got to do that. So energy is a very limited resource with me. So yeah, I have to just take a few days and decompress and try to get myself feeling back, mentally good. I'm still very grateful for all of my blessings. I'm just not in a good place, guys. But I do love all of you. I appreciate all of you, all of my old and new subscribers. Like I said, I'll always keep it real with you guys. This is very real for me. Christmas happens to be my favorite holiday, and I just feel like it was ruined for me this year. And that just stinks. I don't know if there's a way that I can change my life so I can be away from all of this negativity. But I do have certain responsibilities that require me to be around the negative forces. So how I handle it, I don't know. I just know I can't keep going at this pace with people who don't want to hold their own weight and contribute. If the holidays aren't their thing anymore, that's fine. I haven't really pushed them down anybody's throat, but I'm not going to miss out on them because somebody's all negative about it. So don't be a part of the celebrations if you don't want to be. We still think of this person and we provide them with presents that show our love for them. I don't know if they appreciate them or not. But I'm tired of trying to figure out, and I'm really tired. So with that, I am going to lay down. Oh, but before I do, I just had a thought pop into my head. This was my first Christmas with Steve, and I really wanted it to be a lot more special than it was. I mean, it still was because he was here, and he's my rock. I am so grateful for that, and I love him so much. But this is not how I wanted it to be. I didn't want to be an emotional hot mess, curled up in a ball, having an anxiety attack and a PTSD attack. I didn't want him to bear witness to some of the craziness that goes on in my life sometimes. It's just out of control sometimes, and sometimes I just wish that I could be another person for just 5 minutes and experience what that must be like, somebody that doesn't have to deal with some of the things that I do, and I have had to deal with. And we didn't even get to have our Christmas to be as special as we wanted it to be because of all this negativity around us. God bless him. He's such a good man. And I ended up having to eat Christmas dinner by myself tonight because he had to leave before it was done. He let me sleep this afternoon, but the problem with that was, yes, I needed to sleep because I did not sleep very much last night. But then that made my start time for dinner later, and he couldn't stay till it was finished. So that in and of itself is a trigger. So I just need to take, like I said, a little while and kind of heal from all of this bringing up this repressed trauma and all these triggers. It's really hard for me. And then we also have, the passing of my mother on New Year's Day, which, of course, that's very traumatic, and I do remember it every year. But I usually am able to kind of roll with it. And I just don't know this year. I'm trying my best, like I always do. I'd appreciate your thoughts and your prayers. And I will talk with you soon. I promise you the next video will be a more positive, happy topic. Again, I hope you all had a Merry Christmas. I'm sending love from New Jersey. Take care.